Hi friends, welcome to another Gallatin Valley Farm to School Harvest of the Month video. This month we are talking all about grains. Can you think of any kinds of grains? Comment below some grains that you can think of off the top of your head. When I think about grains, some that come to mind are wheat, oats, corn, rice, and quinoa. And you know what? Montana is a very special place because Montana farmers grow a ton of grains, including wheat, barley, oats, and corn. Do you know what grains do for our body? They give us energy, they help our brains think, and they help us build muscle. Do you think all grains are created equal in terms of how healthy they are for our bodies? Is corn the same as Cheerios? What about granola? Is that as healthy for us as a loaf of bread? Are they all created equal? And how do we tell? The way that we can tell which grains are healthy for our bodies and which might be less healthy is by being a label detective and reading the nutrition labels on our food products. So today we're going to become label experts and read a few different kinds of nutrition labels from different food products to better understand how we can find out which grains are healthy for our bodies and which might be a little less healthy. So here I have two different packages of grains, some oats and Cheerios, two of my favorite breakfast foods. Now, when you first look at these products, what do you see? I see bright, colorful pictures that draw your eye to them. They make you want to buy them. This cute little bee, it's drawing me in, right? So we see the advertisement first on these products. Now, do the people that make the ads on these products, are they thinking about the nutrition in the foods? Maybe, but maybe not. A lot of times the purpose of ads is to draw us in and make us buy the product, right? Looking at this, we can't tell right off the bat what the nutrition value is of these foods. So that's why we need to be label detectives and dig a little deeper by looking at the nutrition facts right here. And we're gonna do that together. So before we move on, you'll need to grab a piece of paper or your science journal and something to write with, a pen, pencil, a marker. You'll also want to find a few different foods around your house that have nutrition labels on them so you can practice with me. Now, if you can find grains in your house, that's awesome. Maybe you have a loaf of bread or a bag of rice or some cereals like I have here. But if you don't have grains, that's totally okay too. You can find different foods around your house that have nutrition labels and use those for this activity. So go gather your supplies and then meet me back here and let's start being label detectives.
Okay friends, did you grab your supplies? Your pencil, paper, and your foods with nutrition facts on them? Awesome. So this graph tells us what we'll be looking for as we become label detectives. Go ahead and make a copy of this table in your science journal or on your piece of paper. As you can see, the important things that we'll be looking for are the name of the food, the serving size, the amount of protein, fiber, sugar, all measured in grams, and teaspoons of sugar. So copy this graph now, and then I'll do a demonstration on one of my foods. And one more thing. It's important to note that there are 4 teaspoons of sugar in every gram of sugar. And we measure the teaspoons of sugar on this because it's easy for us to visualize 1 teaspoon of sugar. You might even have a teaspoon lying around your house that you could fill with sugar to get an idea of what that looks like. So we'll remember as we move through this activity that 1 gram equals 4 teaspoons of sugar. Okay, so the nutrition facts label that I'm using is this Cheerios box. And in my graph, I'm going to write down the name of the food, that's Cheerios. And then we're going to look for the serving size. Now the serving size tells us how much of the food each of these nutrition facts is measured in. So for example, in 1 cup of Cheerios, that's my serving size, there are 2 grams of total fat. And using the serving size, we can tell the rest of the nutrition facts too. Next, we're going to try to find the protein. Now, for this box, the protein is at the very bottom, but it's above the vitamins. 3 grams of protein. Awesome. I'm going to add that to my table. Now, why are we looking for the protein? Well, protein helps us build strong muscles and grow into healthy humans. Next, we're going to look for fiber and sugar. And you'll notice that the fiber and sugar listed are both under carbohydrates. Typically, if you're eating this food every day in and day out, you're going to be looking for more fiber than sugar in these foods. Fiber is super healthy for our bodies. It helps us digest food and it helps you stay full for longer. So we want a good bit of fiber in the food that we're eating. It looks like these Cheerios might not pass that test. According to this nutrition label, there are 12 grams of total sugars and only 3 grams of dietary fibers. Let's calculate how much sugar that means in teaspoons. Okay, so looking at my table, we can see the name of the food is Cheerios, serving size 1 cup, protein 3 grams, fiber 3 grams, sugar 12 grams. Now to calculate the amount of sugar in teaspoons, we'll need to do some multiplication. If we know that there are 4 teaspoons of sugar in every 1 gram, and that there are 12 grams of sugar, we're going to need to multiply 12 times 4 to get our total teaspoons of sugar. So while I do that calculation for my table, go ahead and do the calculation for your food in your own table. Okay, 12 times 4 is 48. 48 teaspoons of sugar in my Cheerios. Now, that might sound alarming, and maybe you have a big number too, but it's all about moderation. So, if you're eating some Cheerios, but you're also eating some apples and carrots throughout the day, you should be fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the table for my other 2 grains products, my granola and my oats, and then I'll check back in with you to see how you're doing on your table. Okay friends, how'd you do? Looking at my table, I can see that Cheerios have the most sugar, granola the second highest, and oats the least amount of sugar. So if I'm looking for a really healthy way to start my day, I'll probably go for the oats. The oats also have a good bit of protein and fiber, so I know I'll be helping my muscles and my digestive system if I eat them. But I really love Cheerios and granola, so I'm definitely still going to eat those too. But at least this way I can see the nutrition facts laid out in front of me, so I can be really smart about what I choose to eat, what I choose to put in my body to fuel myself through the day.
Wow, friends, thank you so much for being label detectives with me today. I hope now you have a good understanding about how to read nutrition labels so you can make informed decisions about the food that you're eating. I also hope that you'll watch the rest of our March Harvest of the Month videos all about grains. And I'll see you next time.